Hello and welcome back to On The Rocks. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to what could be, in fact, what is going to be the penultimate episode of On The Rocks. We're coming to the end. It's very sad, but I think it's been a good journey. Today we are doing both legs of the Champions League semi-final against Borussia Dortmund. Win it and we go into the Champions League final tomorrow, as well as the Scottish Cup final tomorrow. Lose it, it's just the Scottish Cup final tomorrow. And then we've also got a game against Hibs wedged in the middle to say goodbye to the league, essentially. Since you guys were last here for the wins against Man City, we've only played the one game, and it was just about a win against Celtic. We have won every single game so far this season, and we came very close to not winning this one against Celtic. They put up a decent fight, and we had to rely on a Edie Cathdy Fothera penalty to make sure we won it. So what is pretty exciting, actually, is the fact that we could go the entire season completely unbeaten and winning every single game. And we've never done that before, so that would be a great way to cap off a successful season. Not just a successful season, a successful save with Aberdeen. It's been incredible. But let's get into it. Just to remind you, we are taking on Borussia Dortmund, whereas Chelsea are taking on Barcelona in the other leg. This is the team that I think should be winning this game comfortably. Peter starts in goal with a backline of Jem Finley, Demancic, Sandro and Reyes de Souza, thanks to an injury to Fabrice de Klerk, which leaves him out of the action for another 2 weeks. Kai Henrique also injured for 2 weeks as well. The centre of midfield, though, is occupied by Baptiste Bont and Jordan Ford. We've got Bryce Delaney on the left, Vangelis Alexandris starting on the right because Jens Neve is just coming back from a little knock that he took in the game against Celtic. He got an assist in that game to take his tally up to 51 assists. Cavalcanti obviously going through the middle, and he is joined by Ivicath de Fothera, who starts up front. Ivicath is now on 26 goals, Bryce Delaney and Cavalcanti both on 30, but actually Vangelis Alexandris up to 22 now. But that's not quite as many as Antonio Demancic with his 23 goals this season. So as kickoff is upon us, there is a highlight straight from the kickoff, and hopefully this is going to be a lovely early goal for us as Bryce Delaney gets the ball out wide. Come on, lad, pop this one into the middle onto someone's head to then score the goal. Vangelis Alexandris nearly did it, aiming for that top left corner there. The keeper just about getting there and cleared it out from the back, and the highlight actually continues. So there's maybe another chance for a goal inside of 60 seconds here as Vangelis Alexandris getting himself into the box once again, this time looking to become the provider. Brought down cynically. Ref. He just took his foot away there completely before hoofing it out for a corner. I feel like we should have had a penalty there. I am fuming that's not being given as a penalty. Luckily for us, Demancic can't get it in the back of a net. He didn't even attempt to go for the header, I don't think. I feel cheated already. In the meantime, Chelsea are 1-0 up against Barcelona, so it might mean we have to go through another English team on our way to Champions League success this season. Our game, though, is looking pretty boring. No highlights since that opening exchange in the opening minute or so, and as the first half really does kick on, we may have had 14 shots according to the match stats. None of them are good enough for a highlight until now, where we win the ball with Jan Cavalcanti and Ivicath de Fothera plays it into Vangelis Alexandris. His name is confusing sometimes. Ivicath is put through. Ivicath scores, and my phone is already buzzing to let me know that the One Football app is telling me that Ivicath has scored the opening goal of the game. Of course, today's video is sponsored by the One Football app, the best football app out there to keep up to date with all the latest football news, scores, and updates from around the world. I use it all the time to follow my favourite teams like Lincoln and Aberdeen, and I get notifications sent straight through to me whenever anything happens in a game, quicker than any other football app out there. So of course, if you want to help me and the channel out, would massively appreciate it if you could download it from the top line of the description for absolutely free. And with that, it's perfectly on to half time. We hold a 1-goal advantage, but this is the home leg. And 1-0 is not enough. We need to score more. So right from the off, I'm going to shout demand more at them out there. I want to see more. 5 minutes into this first half, or second half I should say, sorry, Baptiste Bont gets it into Jordan Ford. Bryce Delaney, great overlap there from Jem Finley. We are overloading that penalty area. There were 4 bodies in there, but instead Bryce Delaney thinks it's the best thing to do is to take a shot. He scored 30 goals this season, so I can understand why he'd want to take that shot, but when there's 4 players in better positions in the penalty area, I'd say pass. And in the meantime, the resulting corner has nearly resulted in a goal for Dortmund. If Peter had let that one in, there would have been consequences. Also worth noting, Barcelona have drawn level against Chelsea, so it's 1-1 in that game, but we need to grab a second goal here to give us a better chance of getting to the final. And Jan Cavalcanti sends that one fizzing wide of the post, I must say. Some of our players today are just not quite up to it. Vangelis Alexandris, despite that early chance he had, is only on a 6.5 rating right now. A lot of our attacking players aren't really doing a huge amount out there, I must say. I'm a little concerned about the lack of quality chances being created here. And in the meantime, Dortmund are looking to get themselves back in this game. Lots of sliding challenges going on in there, but we just about come away with the ball. Cavalcanti brings it forward, loses possession though. Come on lads, let's win it back in a good high position. Idikath trying to put pressure on the keeper. The pressure is not really much because the keeper passes it straight away. It then goes into our half before Reza Souza now comes back with it down his far side of the pitch. Go on lad, ping a ball into the middle, put it onto someone's noggin and get a goal out of this. It's not quite onto someone's noggin, it's onto Idikath's right foot. And Idikath cannot put it in the back of the area. The pressure is there, it's just the quality isn't. And I think with that, what I need to be doing is getting Vangelis off for Jens Neve, who's a little injured, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Baptiste Bont having a poor game. Let's bring Tamat Lumper on to see what he can do. 20 minutes to go, and we just need another goal or two, and I'd feel a lot more comfortable going all the way to Dortmund with that scoreline. Going to Dortmund, only 1-0 up, I don't know. I think they'd score at their place a couple of goals, and I think given how difficult it's been for us to score here at home, it's going to be difficult to score away from home, and I'm getting nervous now. As Idikath is through, Idikath gets that second goal that we need. 28th of the season for him. He's catching up to Bryce Delaney and Cavalcanti. Will he ever take them by the end of the season? We don't know. I hope he does though. Score another 5 goals here, please, to make sure we get through to a final, and I'll be absolutely delighted with that one. It's a good finish from Idikath there, putting it past the keeper. Okay. 2 is better, a third would be the icing on the cake. 3 goals, and I would feel really confident about our chances. As the ball into the middle, not ideal. Tamat Lumper, though, wins it on the edge of the area into Jens Neve, who gets it into Jan Cavalcanti. Oh, he can't score. I don't know if 2 goals are going to be enough. Look at the chances. We have 27 shots we've had in this game. Only put 2 in the back of the net. It does show how well, poor our shots have been, but also how good's Dortmund's defence have been, because a lot of these shots are way off target. Free kick on the edge of the area, Jens Neve. Can someone, finally, Domancic puts in the back of a net for 3, and that gives me some confidence. I'd like to say, barring any sort of catastrophic errors, we should be into the final. Barca have also made it 2-1 against Chelsea. That's 2 away goals for Barcelona. They put themselves in a very good position, but not quite as good of a position as we are in right now. Good win, boys. Well done. You'll love to see it. I tell you what, my plan was to play the Hibs game and say goodbye to the league, but actually I don't think I want to do that. I think what I want to do is go straight through to this Borussia Dortmund game, hopefully get to a final, and then tomorrow we will play Rangers on the final day of the season and say goodbye to the league properly there by hopefully winning every single game of the season. That is the absolute plan. We'll then play Dundee in the Scottish Cup final, and then fingers crossed do the Champions League final after that. It's a slight change, but I think to say goodbye to the league now, when we're not quite finished and at the end of it, I think it would make more sense to do it tomorrow, because that would be the final goodbye to the league and, you know, winning it spectacular. I meant spectacularly, but I couldn't say it properly, so I just said spectacular. Spectacularly? I feel like I'm saying 2 lilies at the end. Anyway, the point is I will see you for the next Borussia Dortmund game. Oh, we did not make that easy for ourselves there. We just about came away with a 1-0 win. Again, 29 shots to 14. 29 shots in that game, and we're just not scoring many. So for this second leg, we are going to put the exact same team out, other than Jens Neve coming back on the pitch for Vangelis Alexandris. And I think that should be enough. So, kickoff is upon us. Imagine if it's not enough. Imagine if Dortmund do come... They shouldn't be able to, right? But here's their first attack of the game. They are playing at home, and we know they are a decent team. As a long ball is put into the middle, luckily Peter was on that, because our defender, I think it might have been Jem Finley at the far post, he didn't really do much with it. I'll be honest with you, he missed his header, fell nicely for the Dortmund man, and Peter with a good save at the far post. But they are still coming at us right now as they bring the ball over the halfway line on the far side of the pitch, but give it away cheaply. Baptiste Bont now coming away from it in towards Varela, who shouldn't be playing. I meant to put Evie Katif-Pothera back on the pitch. That's not ideal. Varela played the last game, got the goal in the last game, but I forgot to put Evie Kath back on. That's my fault. As Bryce Delaney into Baptiste, if he scores goals today, that's fine. But I don't back him to score goals as much as Evie Kath nowadays, which is a bit of a shame for Varela. As Sandro into Demancic into Jordan 4. Come on, lads. Nice ball through to Jens Nieve. Jens Nieve, grab another assist, will you, lad? He can't. Not quite like that, at least, but we are still coming forward with the ball. De Souza into Baptiste Bont. Back to Reyes. De Souza. De Souza. Now he's got a chance to put a ball into the middle. Into Jens Nieve. Jens Nieve to Jordan 4, who eventually gets it in the back of the net. Unfortunately, the first shot was blocked, which means that Jens Nieve won't be given the assist for it. But we're 1-0 up. It's an away goal. Dortmund now need to score 5. That's not going to happen, surely. Surely Dortmund are not going to be scoring 5 goals here today. This should now be pretty comfortably us into a final. I mean, imagine now. Imagine now if Dortmund get 5. I mean, that would be fair play to them, right? Absolute fair play to them if they do. But I just can't quite see that happen. I mean, I hope it doesn't happen. We've seen stranger things happen, but surely not at this stage, right? As Jens Nieve nods the ball onto a Dortmund defender, but we do win it back in the midfield with Jan Cavalcanti now coming down, right down the byline on that right-hand side of the attack. Loses possession. Can he win it back? He can't, but Demancic does win it back forward into Jordan 4 now, back to Baptiste Bont, back to Sandro. Sandro forward out towards Bryce Delaney, our joint top scorer this season, into Jan Cavalcanti, who gets to that wide to Jem Finley, into Sebastian Varela, who should have got there first. The defender was behind him, and the defender still somehow got there. But for me, we are putting in a professional enough performance right now as Sandro gets on the end of Jens Nieve's corner, sorry. Can't put it in the back of the net. But he's now got a free kick, which he can launch into the middle towards Baptiste Bont of all people. Probably the smallest man on the pitch, Baptiste Bont, who wins the header, puts it onto the crossbar before it gets cleared out for a throw, which we haven't really done anything with. And Dortmund now with a chance to try and build out from the back. But some good pressing from us here. Good pressure. Can we win possession back? We do. We force them to go long, and we win it at the back with Alexandra. Now Reyes de Souza with plenty of space down the right-hand side of the pitch. Go on. Put this ball in the middle and make me proud, Reyes. He's made me very proud because he's got an own goal out of there somewhere. I mean, that's very unfortunate. The angle on that one is mental. That is very unfortunate for the Dortmund defenders there. But Reyes de Souza has made me smile there. I can't even talk properly. It's very unfortunate for Dortmund, that. But we will take it. 5-0. They've got to win 6-2 now to win this tie overall. And, well, they're not scoring 6 goals. I can guarantee you they will not score 6 goals. It's just not going to happen at all in the slightest, particularly if we grow and grab a 3rd goal right now, which makes them have to get 7 goals. That is certainly not going to happen. Barcelona, by the way, are just 2-0 up against Chelsea right now, so by looks of things, it's going to be an Aberdeen versus Barcelona final, which was the same final as it was 2 seasons ago, where we lost to Barcelona in that final. So this is going to be a bit of a grudge match, a replay of that event, as Varela can't quite get there in front of the defenders or the keeper. Ball is cleared out from the back with only 6 seconds or so to go in this first half. Jem Finley into Peter. Peter now to launch one out from the back towards Baptiste Bont, who plays it out wide to Reyes de Souza, forward to Nieve. Nieve now looking for a way forward past his man, gets it to Cavalcanti, now out wide to Reyes de Souza, who can put a ball into the middle. We've seen him do it already today. Can he do it again? This time he finds Varela, who justifies his start today by getting the 3rd. Well, I was a bit concerned, I must say, heading into this game, but at half-time, we're 3-0 up, doing better than we did in the home leg. It's just a matter of time now before we get into the Champions League final. I mean, we can just sit back now. Sit back, put our legs up. I have to sit this way, don't I, to make it better for the camera. Just sit back, feet up. We don't have to, I mean, I'm halfway off the screen. I've not really thought this out very well, have I? But, you know, at this stage, routine, you know, it doesn't matter. We can just relax. Especially when Baptiste Bont scores goals like that, but he's not scoring a goal like that, is he? Imagine if a manager just sat like this in a game, feet up, not too fussed, the job's done. Everyone knows the job is done. There's no way for Dortmund to come back into this. You know, we can just take the rest of the game off at this stage. There must have been times, right, in real football where managers just leave the game after like 70 minutes because they're like 5-6-0 up or something. Probably not very good managers, right? Because I imagine a good manager would stay there the entire time, right? But it must happen at some point. But either way, we've won this one 3-0, so it's a 6-0 win on aggregate. And we're going to take on Barcelona in the final. Travelling all the way to Berlin for this one. How many people can... 74,000 people are going to watch us beat Barcelona, fingers crossed. And of course, this is going to be the repeat of the 2031-32 final. But the omens are with us. Last time we played PSG in a final, lost to them. The next time we played them in the final, we beat them. Last time we played against Barcelona in a final, we lost to them. This time, beat them. Every time I look at this screen, by the way, it always makes me laugh to see how many Champions League finals PSG have lost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and only won 1. Whereas Bayern have won every single Champions League final they've been to. Poor PSG. We're all crying for you, I'm sure. Anyway, it sets us up beautifully for next episode, where hopefully we're going to win the league title by winning every single game this season, win the Scottish Cup for trophy 5 out of 6, and then win that Imagine if we lose it. The final game we're going to play, imagine if we get absolutely embarrassed next time out against Barca. I don't think I'll be able to live it down. Anyway, thank you very much for watching today's episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And of course, if you have done, make sure you do drop a like on the video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. Until then, have a good one. Goodbye.